Alright everyone, welcome to another video, Full Speed Impulse, and today we are going to be showing you how to make that body on your RC car a little bit stronger than what it is. So whether you're bashing out in the yard, you're running the dunes, or you're hitting the racetrack, or just goofing in a parking lot, this is going to help your body absorb more impacts and hopefully save you some money in the long run. Alright, so we have our one body that we just got done doing last night. This has the drywall mesh tape in it with the Sho Goo layered over the top. You're going to use something like this here, your mesh tape, and it's going to have like a good gap in between. I seen that there's like different types of tape now, it looks like, but that's what you want it to look like. And then we had some bigger rolls. We picked up a fresh one too. This one's actually pretty old. And then one tube of Sho Goo will get it done, but it doesn't hurt to have two. I feel like you could just use a little bit over a tube to really get the job done. And you're going to definitely... We do the whole body, but if you just wanted to focus on like the main parts that crack, you can do that. But we like to do the whole body, and it just makes it way more firm. Like this one here was a light duty Traxxas body, and you could like roll this in, and now it's way more firm. And it's got a lot more support to it. This one here is actually a heavy duty Traxxas body, so this one is a little bit more firmer already. You guys know the deal. You already know how easily these bodies crack once you're in a good crash and stuff like that. It's always a fight, and these bodies aren't cheap. So let's get at it. All right, guys, so what you're going to want to do is start cutting your tape and applying it to the body. Try not to overlap the tape if you don't have to, just because it doesn't stick too well to itself. It does stick decent to the body. On the back side where there's a lot of curves, it might not want to completely stick, but once you apply the Sho Goo, it will be good. And then once you're done taping the whole body, we'll move on to the next step, where you'll start putting down the Sho Goo. All right, guys, you have your Sho Goo here, and you have something to applicate or put this on with. You can use whatever you want. This is what we're using. It's actually a tad bit wide for my taste, but we are still getting it done. Make sure when you're using your Sho Goo, kind of point it upwards so it doesn't just start running out on you, because it will definitely do that. And what you're going to do is kind of work around on the body here for your first coat, just to kind of keep some of this stuff that doesn't want to stay down, kind of get to start getting your first coat so it does want to stay down. So then the second time you can kind of go around and really get at it. I'm just going to show you guys an easy spot right here. Anything like this would be like super easy to get to. It's when you get to your corner, stuff gets a little bit tougher, but we're going to get to that step too for you guys. So like this piece here doesn't want to stay down. And it's hard to see probably in the video, but just because of angles. So we're just gonna put a little bit in there, smear it around, and hopefully that'll dry. Same thing with this here. It might not be perfect. And this is a super messy process, guys. It's gonna feel like you're doing it completely wrong when you're doing it, but trust me, you're doing it right. And we've had this prolong our bodies so long. Like, it is freaking awesome. Like, this is definitely a great way to do it. I'd like to hear in the comments, guys, of maybe ways that you do, if there's other ways to reinforce your body, or maybe even easier ways. I mean, there's definitely, not this way isn't hard, but it does take a little time. But I just recommend putting on one of your favorite shows, or you know, some music, and just kind of getting at it. So we're gonna work our way around this body here. Your toughest part will be doing the back here, which a lot of your drywall mesh tape won't want to stick very well, but you'll get to stick with the goo. And then that's where I say, like, once you go for the second coat, all this is kind of mashed down a little bit, so then you can really coat it a little bit heavier. So we're gonna get at it. right, guys, we got that second coat on there, and it could probably use a little bit more in some spots, but it's pretty decent. And just to show you guys, this is our old slash body here, that this thing is probably 6 to 10. I've lost track how old this thing is, but it is pretty beat up, but it's still actually, you know, it's got a little wear here, a little spot right here, I think. And then these are starting to work its way out, which we could actually fix those if we really wanted to. But the point being is, you already know with these bodies and how beat up they get if they're not reinforced. Like, it would only take one day out on the track for your body to start looking like this if you had some decent amount of wrecks or just straight bashing. And this has done all that. We've had this body on the track. We've had this body bashing in the yard. We've had this body on the dunes. She's taking a pretty good beating. So this may not make it invincible doing this way, but it definitely makes it a little bit stronger. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Hopefully this helps you out, whether you're running an HPI, Traxxas, Losi, or any of those RC brands. This will help you strengthen your body on your RC car. So I appreciate you, and until next time, we'll see you later.